that topic only. So the precision rectifier is basically divided into two categories. One is called as the precision half wave rectifier, and another one is precision full wave rectifier. So after completion of the basic rectifier circuit, we will go one by one to the half wave rectifier and the precision full wave rectifier circuit. So starting with the basic rectifier circuit. So what is the basic rectifier circuit? You can see from the figure shown over here. This is the circuit diagram of basic rectifier circuit. So basic rectifier circuit can be designed with the help of simple diode and the resistance. So as you know, in case of what is the basic functionality of the rectifier is, the rectifier is a circuit which is used to convert the AC signal into the pulsating DC. So for the conversion of AC into the pulsating DC, we use the basic rectifier circuit. And at the output terminal of, by connecting one filter, that pulsating DC can be converted into the pure DC. And at the input terminal, as we know, there is a very high value of the input signal. So first of all, we need to convert the high value of the AC into the lower value or the compatible value of the AC signal, which would be compatible with the diode. So in the power supply, first high value of the AC or the upper value of the AC is being applied to the step down transformer. A step down transformer will convert the higher value to the lower value, and that lower VS signal, let the output of the AC rectifier or the basic power supply step down transformer is VS. Let here it is denoted as VS. So VS is the input signal to the diode. And whenever the level of the input signal voltage VS is positive, on that condition the diode will go into the forward biasing condition. But what is the basic condition for moving the diode into the forward biasing condition is that the value of applied input voltage should be more than the cut-in voltage of the diode. So up to the voltage, the level of the input voltage is less than the cut-in voltage of the diode will not move into the forward biasing condition, but up to on that condition the diode will remain in open circuited condition or not in working condition. So for making the diode is in forward biasing condition, the basic condition is that the input supply to the diode must be greater than the cut-in voltage of the diode. So that is the basic limitation of the diode, and that is the basic limitation of the basic rectifier circuit. So these are the waveform at the input terminal and output terminal of the basic rectifier circuit. So you can see from there, for the 0 volt to the cut-in voltage, up to the time of 0 volt to the cut-in voltage, the diode will not be in the working condition. So the value of output is 0. But when the level of the VS voltage source is more than this cut-in voltage of the diode, on that condition the diode will go into the forward biasing condition, and we are getting the output at the output terminal of the circuit over here. And when again the level of the input voltage is less than, suppose that cut-in voltage is 0.7. So when the level of that input voltage is less than 0.7 volt, again the output of the rectifier circuit is 0. Now when again the signal will move further more than the cut-in voltage of the diode, again we are getting the output signal. So the actual signal varies in between 0 to Vmax and then negative Vmax. This is the behavior of the actual input signal. But what actually we are getting at the output terminal of the basic rectifier circuit? We are getting the output voltage only in between for positive 0.7 voltage to Vmax, then again up to 0.07 voltage only. That means in between 0 volt to 0.7 volt, we are not getting any signal. And if there is some information in between that particular voltage level, then on that condition we will not be able to detect that particular signal. So that is the basic problem with the basic rectifier circuit. That is the basic distortion in basic rectifier circuit. You can see over here, this part is distorted. Why? Because in this particular level, we are not getting any signal at the output terminal of the rectifier. So for removing this problem, for rectifying this particular problem, there is some modification into the circuit, and after modifying, the rectifier circuit is called as the precision rectifier. Why precision? Why we are getting the precise value of the output, and that output must be equal to the input signal only. So that is the basic functionality of the precision rectifier circuit. There is no any voltage lag in between input and output terminal of rectifier circuit. In case of basic rectifier, when the diode input voltage is more than the diode on voltage or the 0.7 voltage, what is the value of output? Output is Vs minus Vd on or the Vs on. And when the value of input voltage is less than the on voltage, output is 0, as we have discussed in the lecture. So for removing that problem, we move further to the precision rectifier. So how the precision rectifier can be designed? So what was the problem? That in between 0 to 0.7 voltage, we are having some time lag. So if that time lag will be minimized due to some functionality of the circuit, then only on that condition the circuit can be made as a precision rectifier. So for that, we are using the functionality of the amplification. So how can we provide the amplification? What is the basic circuit for providing the best amplification? That is nothing but the operational amplifier. So if in the input terminal of the basic rectifier circuit, if we connect one operational amplifier, then when the level of the input voltage will be more than 0, so due to the amplification of that op-amp, it will make the diode is in forward biasing condition instantly. So there would not be any lag in between input and output voltage. So the precision rectifier is to be designed with the help of operational amplifier along with the diode. So if you want to make the rectifier precise or you want to make the precision rectifier, then what is the condition? You need to use the operational amplifier with the help of diode. Then you can design the precision rectifier circuit. So here our topic is precision rectifier. We will see today how the precision rectifier circuit will work. How with the help of precision rectifier, we can generate the half wave rectifier circuit output and the full wave rectifier output. So now moving further to the first part of the today's lecture, that is non-inverting positive precision half wave rectifier. As I told you, the precision rectifier is divided into two categories. One is half wave and second one is full wave. Second thing which we have discussed, that for the precision rectifier circuit designing, we need one operational amplifier, and at the input terminal of the diode, we need to connect one operational amplifier. And what is the functionality of the operational amplifier? With the help of amplification of the op-amp, we can get the precise output. But for the proper operation, as we know, there are two input terminals of the op-amp. Operational amplifier is having the two input. Either by applying the signal at the non-inverting terminal, we can design the rectifier circuit, or by supplying the signal to the inverting terminal, we can design the rectifier circuit. That's why this operation is divided into two categories. One is the basic half wave, the precision half wave rectifier circuit with the help of non-inverting terminal of op-amp, and second one will see the precision half wave rectifier with the help of non-inverting. So positive and negative. So here you can see this is the circuit diagram of non-inverting precision half wave rectifier. So you can see that at the positive terminal of op-amp, supply voltage Vin is supplied. At the 6th terminal, which is the output terminal of op-amp, diode D1 is connected, and at the output terminal, load resistance is RL. So across this load resistance, we are going to calculate the value of output voltage. This is the feedback element, and feedback in there is no any resistance is present. That means whatever will be the value at the input terminal due to virtual ground, same voltage will be generated over here. So let's see the operation of the circuit. So operation of all the rectifier circuit is divided into two categories. what are the two categories or what are the two cases? First case is when the level of the input signal is more than 0. That is our first case. That means we will analyze the circuit when the level of the input signal is more than 0. Then in second case, we will analyze the circuit when the level of the input signal is less than 0. So these are the two cases, or these are the two parts by which we are going to analyze the circuit. So first part is, or the first case is when the level of the input signal is more than 0. That means we are concentrating on this part. So let's see, this is our input sinusoidal waveform, and we are concentrating on this positive half cycle. What is the basic functionality of non-inverting op-amp? In case of non-inverting op-amp, there is a phase shift of 0 degree in between input and output waveform. So if the input signal is sinusoidal, at the output terminal also we are getting the sinusoidal waveform. Same signal we are getting at the output terminal, but with some amplification. So when the level of the input signal is more than 0, here also the value of input signal is more than 0. Due to that, at positive terminal of the diode, the value of input voltage is high, and at the negative terminal of the diode, the level of the input voltage is low. Due to that, the diode will be in forward biasing condition. Diode will be in forward biasing condition. And when the diode is in forward biasing condition, this kind of the circuit will be generated. When the level of the input signal is greater than 0, due to higher value of the input signal at the positive terminal of the diode will be in forward biasing condition. And when the diode is in forward biasing condition, this is a voltage follower. Now the circuit will be like a voltage follower. What is the meaning of the voltage follower? Follower means the voltage which follows the signal. Follower means that follows something. In the same way, the output signal will be same as the input signal. So whatever will be the level of the input signal, same voltage we are getting at the output terminal. So when the level of the input signal is more than 0 volt, we are getting the output. So for the input signal, same output we are getting at the output terminal of the op-amp. V0 is equal to V. Now case number 2, when the level of the input signal is less than 0. That means we are concentrating on this negative part, this particular part. So same negative signal is applied at the positive terminal of the op-amp. So at the positive terminal, the level of the input signal is negative. Due to that, the diode will be in off condition or the reverse biasing condition. So when the diode is in reverse biasing condition, it will be open circuited. That means there is no any connection in between output terminal and input terminal of the op-amp. That's why the value of output will be how much? Output will be 0. So when the level of the input signal is less than 0, on that condition, what is the value of output? Output is 0. So this is the basic functionality of the non-inverting positive precision half wave rectifier. Why it's positive? Because only positive half of the signal we are getting the output. For the negative half cycle, the value of output voltage is 0. So this is the basic principle of non-inverting positive precision half wave rectifier. Now the second is non-inverting negative precision. So as its name indicates, only for the negative half cycle of the input signal waveform, we will get the output. What is the basic change into the circuit? Only we have reversed the direction of the diode. In all kind of the rectifier circuit, by changing the direction of the diode, only we can generate either positive or negative half wave or full wave. So the main thing is that the connection of the diode. So we have changed the direction of the diode. So for this sinusoidal waveform, as I told you, in case of non-inverting operational amplifier, same output voltage we are getting at the output terminal. Then for positive half of the signal, this positive half of the signal, negative terminal of the diode is connected. So the level of the signal is positive, but the channel of the diode is negative. Due to that, the diode will be in reverse biasing condition. So here, when the level of the input signal is more than 0, diode will be in reverse biasing condition. Reverse biasing, that means open circuited. When open circuited, there is no any connection in between output terminal and input terminal. That's why the value of output is 0. Due to that, the value of output is how much? 0. So for positive half of the signal, this positive half of the signal, what is the value of output? Output is 0. Why? Because diode is in off condition. Then for negative half cycle, this negative half cycle, the level of the output terminal voltage is negative. Also the negative terminal of the diode is connected with negative input signal. Due to that, the diode will go into the forward biasing condition. So when the level of the input signal is less than 0, the diode will be in forward biasing condition. And when it is in forward biasing condition, it will be short circuited. When it is short circuited, output will be connected to input. Output will be connected to input. Due to that, the value of output is input. So this is the basic operation of the rectifier circuit. What you need to do for the analysis of the circuit, just supply the signal, check the level of the signal at the particular terminal of the diode, whether if the negative terminal of the diode is connected with negative terminal, diode will go into the forward biasing condition. If positive terminal of the diode is connected with positive voltage, diode will go into forward biasing condition. But if there is change, that means negative terminal of the diode is connected with positive voltage, diode will go into reverse biasing condition, or the positive terminal of the diode is connected with negative voltage, diode will go into reverse biasing condition. And whenever the diode will be in reverse biasing condition, the value of output voltage is 0. So only you need to concentrate on this point only. If you remember this point, always you are getting the right answer. So this is all about non-inverting precision half wave rectifier circuit. Now moving further to inverting precision half wave rectifier circuit. So in case of inverting precision half wave rectifier circuit, you can see that the input signal is applied at the negative terminal of the operational amplifier. That's why it is called as inverting. Why it's half wave rectifier? Only for half signal we are getting at the output terminal, or the positive or the negative signal. Only one part of the input signal waveform we are getting at the output terminal. That's why it's a half wave. So in case of inverting precision half wave rectifier circuit, we need to connect two diodes, D1 and D2, as is shown in the circuit. Whether it is positive or negative, as per the waveform, it's a positive precision half wave rectifier circuit. If you want to generate the negative precision half wave rectifier circuit, what I told you, only you need to reverse the position of the diode. So if the diode will be connected like this, here, this will also be connected like this, then you can generate the negative. Na? Only you need to change the direction of the diode. So how this circuit works? So we will analyze the circuit by the same way we have seen in case of non-inverting precision half wave rectifier circuit. So case number 1, when the level of the input signal is more than 0. When the level of the input signal is more than 0. Suppose the input signal is sinusoidal waveform, but it's a inverting operational amplifier. That's why at the output terminal, which kind of the signal we are getting? 180 degree phase shifted signal. Why? Because in case of inverting operational amplifier, there is a phase shift of 180 degree in between an input and output terminal of op-amp. That's why for positive half cycle, we are getting the negative half cycle waveform. So due to that, negative voltage is applied at the negative terminal of D1. You are able to see now? If we start with the this side, positive terminal is applied to the positive terminal of the diode. From this direction, negative voltage is applied to the negative terminal of the diode. That's why diode D1 will be in forward biasing condition. Diode D1 will be in forward biasing condition. What about D2? Positive terminal of this D2 is connected with negative voltage. Positive terminal of the diode is connected with negative voltage. Due to that, diode, what about the diode? Diode will be in off condition. Diode will be in reverse biasing condition. That means D1 is in on condition, but the D2 is in off condition. D1 is forward biasing and D2 is reverse biasing. When it is in reverse biasing condition, output terminal, here is your V0, na? Output terminal and 6th number terminal of op-amp. There is no any connection in between these two. So the position where actually we are trying to connect the load, that is not connected with output terminal of op-amp. That's why no any signal will be supplied to the load. Due to that, the value of output voltage is 0. So when D2 is in off condition, there is no any connection in between output terminal of op-amp and the load, so the value of output voltage is 0. Then what about when the level of the input signal is less than 0? So when the level of the input signal is less than 0, in this particular half cycle, the level of the output terminal voltage is positive. So this positive voltage is applied to the positive terminal of the diode. Positive voltage is with positive terminal of the diode. Due to that, diode D2 will be in forward biasing condition. What about D1? Input signal is negative. That means positive terminal is connected with negative voltage. From this side, this positive voltage is applied to negative terminal of the diode D1. That's why diode D2 will be in reverse biasing condition. So when this kind of the circuit is generated, so which kind of the circuit is generated? Like this, no? This is the circuit which actually we will get at the output in case number 2. This is your positive terminal, this is negative terminal, and here we are getting the output. We know. Huh? This is open circuited D1 and this is short circuited D2. So due to that, R2, R1, and here is your Vin. What is the name of this circuit? This is a simple inverting amplifier. It's a simple inverting amplifier. And what is the output of the inverting amplifier? Minus of Rf by R1. What is feedback resistance? Feedback resistance is R2. Input resistance is what? Input resistance is R1. Then what is the value of output? Output is minus of R2 by R1 into Vin. So when the value of R2 is equal to R1, if the value of R2 is equal to R1, on that condition, what is the value of V output? V output is minus of Vin. V output is what? Minus of Vin. That means for negative half cycle of the input voltage, for negative half cycle, inverted output voltage we are getting. That means positive half cycle of the output voltage we are getting. So for negative half cycle of input, positive rectified output voltage we are getting at the output. So this is the basic working principle of inverting precision half wave rectifier. You can design the second kind of the inverting precision half rectifier circuit. I am lefting that thing, that's a particular operation of that circuit with you only. So on that condition only you need to reverse the direction of the diode and by supplying the input sinusoidal signal generate the output waveform. So simple. Just remember whatever I told you for the operation of the inverting non-half wave rectifier circuit. In the same way you can generate the waveform of that circuit only. Now moving further to precision full wave rectifier circuit. So what is the basic principle of full wave rectifier circuit? For input AC signal, basic functionality of rectifier is to generate the pulsating DC only. But in case of full wave rectifier, for both cycle of the input signal waveform, we are getting the output. That means for positive half cycle, we will get the output signal, but for negative half cycle also we will get the output signal. That's why this is called as full wave rectifier circuit. So for positive half wave rectifier circuit, output is Vin. For negative half wave, output will be minus of mod of Vin. So for each level of the input signal waveform, we will get the output. Now analyze the circuit. So this is the circuit diagram for the designing of precision full wave rectifier circuit. Remember, by changing the direction of the diode, we can generate another type of the full wave rectifier only. Only we need to reverse the position of the diode. Not one, but the position, direction of both the diode. Always you need to change the direction of both the diodes, not the single diode. No? So starting with case number 1. So when Vin is greater than 0, when Vin is greater than 0, we are concentrating on this. So for positive half cycle, what is the level of the input signal? Input signal is negative. Why? Because it's a inverting operational amplifier. In case of inverting, inverted or 180 degree phase shifted signal we are getting at the output terminal. So for positive half cycle of the input signal waveform, we are getting the negative half cycle. So this negative voltage is supplied at the negative terminal of D1. Due to that, what about D1? D1 will be in forward biasing condition. Na? For negative half cycle, negative terminal of diode D1 is connected. Due to that, the diode D1 will be in forward biasing condition. What about D2? Positive terminal of D2 is connected with negative voltage. Due to that, diode D2 will be in reverse biasing condition. That means open circuited. We are getting now. For negative output voltage, negative terminal of D1 is connected. Due to that, diode D1 is in on condition. But positive terminal of D2 is connected with negative voltage. Due to that, D2 will be in reverse biasing condition. So D1 is in forward biasing condition. What about D2? D2 is in reverse biasing condition. So this is short circuited. So this is the final circuit after this condition. So R1, then feedback resistance R, this R, then feedback resistance is R. When it is short circuited, this is connected with output terminal. Here, this is open circuited. Na? What about this non-inverting terminal of A2? A2 is connected with R2, but R2 is connected with this point. But due to virtual ground, VN1 is equal to VP1. VN1 is equal to VPA1. And VP1 is connected to ground. That means 0. So indirectly, this terminal of resistance is connected to ground. So it is grounded. That's why we have connected is ground. Now, this terminal of resistance is connected with R. Then it is connected with feedback resistance of op-amp A2. This is the feedback resistance of A2. Then it is connected to output. So this is the final circuit after case number 1. Then what is the value of output? So for the calculation of output, suppose this is your V1 and this output is V2. So both the circuits are connected in cascading. So what is the gain of circuit? AV is equal to AV1 into AV2. Gain of first circuit multiplied by gain of second circuit. What is the gain of basic inverting amplifier is minus RF by R1. So for AV1, what is the value of gain? Minus R by R. So R and R cancelled out. R and R will be cancelled out. So output is how much? Minus of Vin. So here V1 is equal to what? V1 is equal to minus of Vin. Now V1 is equal to minus of Vin. Now this minus of Vin is supplied to input terminal of A2. So what is the value of V0? V0 is equal to minus R by R. What is the value of input? Input is minus of Vn. Minus of Vn. So minus and minus plus R and R cancel out. So from there output is equal to input. Output is equal to input. So for positive half cycle of the input signal waveform, we are getting the positive half cycle at the output terminal. Now what about case 2? When input signal is less than 0, when input signal is less than 0, output will be in positive half cycle. Is for positive half cycle, diode D1 will be in on condition. What about D1? D2 will be in on condition. What about D1? For positive voltage, diode negative terminal is connected. That means D1 will be off. D1 will be off. That's why you can see here D1 is not connected. No? But due to D2 is in on condition, so it is short circuit. It is short circuit. So this is the final circuit. So when it is in off condition, these resistance R and R will be in series. That's why it is 2R. Now with this 2R, feedback resistance R is connected, this one. From this terminal it is V. No? From this terminal R1 is connected, this R. Then from here resistance R and R is connected to this positive. This resistance R is connected to this positive. So this is the connection diagram after case number 2. After case number 2. Now, we need to calculate the value of output. So for calculation of output, let me apply one KCL at node A. At node A here, we are applying KCL. So what is the value of current here? I1 is equal to what? V in minus VA divided by R. V in minus VA divided by R. But A is indirectly connected to this B point. This A is indirectly connected to or virtually short with B, and B is connected to ground. That's why A will also be equal to 0 volt. So here the value of current is how much? V in divided by R. This one. Now what about this current? Here the value of, suppose the value of voltage is V, and so V minus VA divided by R. What is VA? VA is equal to 0, so V divided by R. This is V divided by R. Now due to virtual ground, if this terminal is V, so this will also be V. So here it is V. So V minus, this is VA divided by resistance is 2R. What is VA? VA is equal to 0. That means V divided by 2R. This one. So VI by R plus V divided by 2R plus V by R is equal to 0. After simplification, what is the value of V? V is equal to minus of 2V in divided by 3. So from there we had calculated the input voltage of operational amplifier 2. So we have calculated the value of this V. So what is the value of output voltage? Now again we are simplifying the input terminal of this operational amplifier number 2. So non-inverting terminal is connected with voltage source V. So non-inverting terminal is connected with voltage source V. Already we have calculated the value of this V. Now inverting terminal is connected to V, this V point, and this V is connected to resistance 2R, and 2R connected to A. 2R is connected to A, but due to virtual ground, A is connected to B and B is grounded. That's why 2R terminal is grounded. Now from this terminal, resistance is R, and R is connected to output. R is connected to output. So this is the simplified circuit of the operational amplifier 2. Then what is the value of this circuit? So you can see it's a non-inverting operational amplifier. Why? Because at the non-inverting terminal of op-amp we are applying the voltage. So what is the gain of the non-inverting terminal, or what is the output of non-inverting terminal? So V0 is equal to 1 plus RF by R1 into Vin. That is the gain of the non-inverting terminal of op-amp. What is the value of RF? RF is equal to R. What is the value of R1? R1 is equal to 2R. So 1. RF is equal to R. R1 is equal to 2R. What is the value of input voltage? Input voltage is this V. So input voltage is. So the value of output is 1 plus R divided by 2R into V. Already we have calculated the value of V. So we have substituted here the value of V. V is equal to minus 2V in divided by 3. From there, 2R plus R divided by 2R, that means 3R divided by 2R, that means 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 multiplied with minus 2V in by 3. So 3 and 3 cancelled out, 2 and 2 cancelled out. So V0 is equal to minus of V in. So when the level of the input signal was more than 0, on that condition, what was the value of output? Output was minus positive V in. For negative half cycle, what is the value of output? Output is minus of V in. That means for positive half cycle, we are getting the positive half cycle output voltage. For negative half cycle, we are getting the inverted input signal. Then again for positive half cycle, we are getting the output. So in the same way, easily we can generate the output of full wave rectifier circuit. So this is the operation of the basic rectifier circuit. I hope that thing would be clear to all of you. Only you need to supply the input signal. Just take care that, just remember that in which kind of the operational amplifier we are supplying the input signal, whether it's inverting operational amplifier or non-inverting. In case of non-inverting, phase shift is 0 degree in between input and output. In case of inverting op-amp, there is a phase shift of 180 degree in between input and output. After that, Just remember whether the signal is being supplied at the negative terminal of the diode or positive terminal of the diode. According to that, make the diode is in forward or reverse biasing condition and calculate the output. So this is the basic fundamental for the operation of the rectifier circuit. I hope that part would be clear to all of